Hey, thanks for checking out Goosey Goggles VR. My name's Dan. Today we're going to check out the blockbuster title Jurassic Park Aftermath, and it's native on the Quest 2. Should this game be on your radar if you missed it already, or is it just a big old pile of Triceratops dung? Without further ado, let's get to the review. Jurassic World Aftermath is a single-player stealth adventure game where you take the role of a mercenary called Sam, who's been sent to the original Jurassic Park and the more recent Jurassic World setting called Isla Nublar. The goal of the game is a vital mission to retrieve important data lost on the island by a Dr. Amelia Everett, a new character to the series who works for the familiar Dr. Henry Wu. Amelia will constantly be narrating story beats to you, the player, throughout the story, so you know exactly what your mission is as you traverse the rundown and abandoned park. So how does the game play? The game is predominantly a stealth game. There are no weapons in the game, just a few gadgets that allow you to distract and confuse your foe. Who are these foe? Well, mainly, they're the three raptors, experiments that were not shown to the public on Jurassic World, but rather kept in secret by Dr. Amelia and Dr. Wu for study. They play similar to the Alien in Creative Assembly's fantastic and terrifying Alien Isolation, be it a little less brutal with the game offering many places you can hide, and sometimes really in plain sight of them. They can also be a little predictable, following regular patrol patterns and forgetting about you if you stay in a safe locker for a small amount of time. This game is still no less fun, and I personally found myself on the edge of my seat during every encounter, even considering these nitpicks comparing to a game that never actually got an official VR release. During the game are many locks on doors or computers to access, which usually require a mini-game to be performed successfully in order to open them. While this can get repetitive, the idea of them is really not to entertain you, but to be a nuisance when the game gets tense and you're trying to get away from raptors. I think they do a great job of raising the tension when you sneak past a raptor and think you're safe, only to be greeted with a locked door to slow you down. Check this clip out, you'll see what I mean. The game spices up this loop by adding in different types of level, like the nerve-wracking and pitch-black power plant level, where you're armed with nothing but a torch to scare away Dilophosaurus. You know the ones, frilly neck, spit toxins at the computer guy in the movie. Well here, if you don't scare them off, they'll do exactly the same to you, and you'll have to frantically scour the area for water to wash it off. Okay, time for graphics. I really enjoyed the look and art style of this game the moment I saw it from the first trailer. Now I understand the art style with its Zelda Wind Waker cell shading type graphics aren't everyone's cup of tea, but remember, this is a native Quest 2 title and developers have to get clever to overcome lacking hardware. I'm a big believer that fantastic art style will trump pixels and polygons every time. Look at Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Nintendo Switch. That game looks awesome, and it's not like the Switch is that powerful. Check out the atmosphere in some of these scenes. I think they perfectly capture the feel of an abandoned and run-down park in Isla Nublar. There are some great moments where you get to experience that shock and awe moment of seeing a new dino up close for the first time. It's just a shame you can't interact with many in great gameplay moments. Part 2, the paid add-on, I know, don't get me started on that, does more to remedy this by giving us more than raptors to avoid. Okay, sounds up, let's start with the music. The background music in this game is atmospheric without being distracting, with subtle nods to the original John Williams score. It really is top stuff, let's check some out. The game does a great way of subtly telling you to get into cover as danger is approaching. It does this in a way where you wouldn't really know unless you were looking for it. The sound will pick up, and a chime will kick in which naturally makes you scared and want to find cover regardless. It's really cool, check it out.
Next one.
Now I can finally talk about the fantastic performance by the supporting characters in this game. Mr. B.D. Wong makes a return to voice Dr. Wu and is fantastic as always. I love that he's here in this love letter to Jurassic Park, and it wouldn't have been the same without him. Dr. Amelia Everett is voiced by the fantastic Laura Bailey. You'll know her from roles like Abby in The Last of Us Part 2, Jaina Proudmoore in various Warcraft games, and Kate Diaz in Gears 5. Her credits go on, and it's great to see VR getting some top-tier artists.
Handshake? My name, maybe?
He loves our work, the whole department shown. Why does it matter?
I deserve it! My work on non-coding identifiers was exceptional.
It's supposed to be. This isn't a science fair. Exceptional should be the benchmark.
I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but Jeff Goldblum returns to voice Ian Malcolm. It's worth mentioning you never meet any of these characters in the game. It's a shame. You only ever hear them in voice recordings or in your intercom. Talking of fantastic artists working in VR, check out an older puzzle title called Shadow Point. It's likely one you've missed if you're new to any VR platform, but really shouldn't be missed, as the whole thing is voiced by Sir Patrick Stewart. Very cool stuff. In summary, this is a top-tier VR title. It's an excellent stealth game that gives us a gameplay style we haven't had yet on the Quest 2 platform. I would strongly recommend picking up both Parts 1 and Part 2 and playing them through in their entirety. Great scary moments and addictive gameplay, looks great, in my opinion, with fantastic voice acting in a fairly captivating story. Yeah, I'd definitely recommend this game. Put it on your wish list. Thanks for checking out Goosey Goggles VR. Consider subscribing to the channel for great VR content. I've been Dan, have a great day.